Sony just released the first Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 phone with an amazing camera, and it's called the Xperia 1 Mark IV. This full-screen smartphone has the same chipset as the Galaxy S22 Ultra from Samsung. But between the Xperia 1 Mark IV and S22 Ultra, which is the best smartphone? And given the choice, which of these two flagship phones should you purchase? In this video, I'll compare the specs of the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV versus Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra side by side, to help you know which is better. At the end of this video, you will know which of these phones you should buy and why. The Xperia 1 Mark IV and Galaxy S22 Ultra come with 6.5-inch and 6.8-inch displays, respectively. Also, they have an AMOLED panel, 120Hz refresh rate, and support for HDR10+. Both phones also feature Gorilla Glass Victus protection and have a good back finish. But there are noticeable differences in the appearance of both phones. First, the Galaxy S22 Ultra has its punch hole on the central screen, while there is no punch hole on the screen of the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Another difference in the appearance is the rear camera model. On the rear, there is no big camera module for the Galaxy S22 Ultra, as the camera sensors protrude from the back panel, while the Xperia 1 Mark IV has a camera bump that houses triple rear camera sensors. So, when you see both phones from afar, it's very easy to differentiate between them from their designs. The build materials on both smartphones are durable, and both of them are certified to have IP68 water and dust resistance. Overall, the screen of the Galaxy S22 Ultra looks neat and has smaller bezels, compared to the Xperia 1 Mark IV. So far from our own experiment, 80% of users like the full screen and display of the Samsung. Both the Xperia 1 Mark IV and Galaxy S22 Ultra have support for 5G connectivity, and both phones also have the same performance. This is because both smartphones are equipped with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 5G chip. As per performance, both the Galaxy S22 Ultra and the Xperia 1 Mark IV are the same. The CPU, GPU, and ISP chips inside both phones are the same. So, playing games and doing graphics-intensive tasks on both phones will give you a similar experience. The RAM inside the Xperia 1 Mark IV and Galaxy S22 Ultra is 8 or 12 gigs. The minimum internal storage capacity on the Galaxy S22 Ultra is 128 gigs, while the minimum storage capacity of the Xperia 1 Mark IV is 256 gigs. The maximum storage option for both smartphones is 1 TB on Galaxy S22 Ultra and 512 gigs on Xperia 1 Mark IV. Also a plus for the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV is the presence of a slot for a microSD memory card. Samsung does not have it. The Xperia 1 Mark IV boots Android 12 out of the box. Sony has promised 3 years of major software updates and security patches for the Xperia 1 Mark IV. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra boots the One UI 4 based on Android 12 OS out of the box. Samsung has promised 4 years of major software updates and 5 years of monthly security patches for the Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Xperia 1 Mark IV features a triple rear camera setup and a single front camera. It has a 12-megapixel main camera with PDAF, laser AF, and OIS features. The main camera is supported by a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with OIS, and another 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera. Up front it has a 12-megapixel front camera that can shoot videos in 4K resolution. Xperia 1 Mark IV has a similar triple camera setup as seen on the Xperia 1 Mark III, but the telephoto has been updated with seamless zoom starting at 85mm and going up to 125mm. On the other hand, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra has quad rear cameras and a single front camera. At the rear, it has a 108-megapixel main camera with PDAF, laser AF, and OIS features. The main camera is supported by a 10-megapixel periscope lens with dual-pixel PDAF, OIS, and 10x optical zoom. Then there is another 10-megapixel telephoto lens, capable of 3x optical zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera that can shoot super steady video. Up front it has a 40-megapixel main camera that can shoot videos in 4K resolution. When it comes to the camera app, the Xperia 1 Mark IV gives you more camera options. The cameras have learned a few new tricks since the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III. On this new Xperia 1 Mark IV, all cameras now support steady shot with flawless eye that's improved stability in low light conditions. AF and real-time object tracking are now available across all cameras, too. Another thing that has made it to all cameras is the 4K video capturing at 120 FPS. This mode is now available to all cameras via the Cinema Pro app. Although the Xperia 1 Mark IV is the better camera phone here, some people will prefer the neat and improved camera sensors of the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Both the Xperia 1 Mark IV and Galaxy S22 Ultra are powered by a 5000 mAh battery. But the Galaxy S22 Ultra has support for a 45-watt fast charge, while the Xperia 1 Mark IV only has support for a 30-watt fast charge. One advantage of the Galaxy S22 Ultra is that it has support for wireless charge, while the Xperia 1 Mark IV does not. The price of the Xperia 1 Mark IV with 12 and 256 gig storage option is $1,598, while the 12 and 256 gig storage option of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is priced at $1,048. Given the price of both smartphones, which should you purchase? So, between the Xperia 1 Mark IV and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is the best flagship smartphone? The Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV is the best flagship phone. But does this makes it the best flagship phone to buy among these two phones? Let's find out. There's no doubt that the Sony Xperia 1 Mark IV beats the Galaxy S22 Ultra in many areas. But this does not mean that Samsung is bad. For example, the Galaxy S22 Ultra has support for an inbuilt S Pen and features a longer software update policy. But the Xperia 1 Mark IV has a neat display. It has the same performance as the S22 Ultra, has the same battery, features the best camera, has a slot for micro SD card, but is expensive. For the price of $949, the Galaxy S22 Ultra offers a better deal for the money. So, if I'm to score on both smartphones, I'll score the Galaxy S22 Ultra 49% and the Xperia 1 Mark IV 51%. Although the Xperia 1 Mark IV is better than the Galaxy S22 Ultra, the Galaxy S22 Ultra offers better value for the money compared to the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Thanks for watching. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments below. Have a nice day and see you soon.